Good morning everyone, welcome back to Hearthstone. My name is Rooster and we're visiting an old... I'm not gonna say an old friend here, but so Secret Paladin might actually still be a thing in Standard. Not the ever-present danger that it used to be on the ladder, but some people have played it to decent success in ladder, so I thought it would be worth a try. I'm afraid my memory is really foggy, and I should be giving people proper credit here. This is not my own deck, and I have basically changed 0 cards, but you can probably find the proper creator of the deck without too much effort. And I was just going to check it out, because it looked interesting, especially the dragon eggs, for which we have a number of activators, so it's not the worst. And against a rogue, I kinda like the card against the rogue, actually. Sure. Especially with the defender here. Should be nice, should be nice. Redemption, not too excited about that though. As usual with Secret Paladin, this deck only runs 3 secrets overall. But as usual with Secret Paladin, you really want to mulligan your secrets away, and you hope to not draw them before you draw your challengers, of course. But we'll see how this turns out. I'm pretty excited for that. I think we're starting with this. No, let's start with the Dragon Whelp. I don't want to give her anything productive to do on the second turn with her dagger. That's completely unnecessary. And actually attacking this here will be counterproductive, so that's good. That's a-okay in my book. And I could even... yeah, I'll go for the Argus next turn, especially when I draw 2. Giving myself the choice on whether or not to buff the Argent Squire. I'm expecting an attack there, yeah. We could still buff up the Squire, but I think I highly prefer buffing up both of the eggs here. That should be interesting. Might provoke a sap, but that would still be okay with me, I think. Let's see how this works out. That should be really annoying for her to deal with, actually. Rogues aren't the greatest in dealing 3 damage, except through minions. What happens if... and... oh, well, I guess that does deal 3 damage, but... does a Fan of Knives come out now? That's still not terribly effective. Oh, there's a Van Cleave, alright. I can see where you're going with this, but I will raise you another Argus, I think. Let's see, if we're trading in this, and then we can trade in the other one and then have this taunted up. I think I like that. So let's actually do that in the proper order. Which is this way. I rather like how this is going so far. Sure. That made for some pretty effective trades, actually. And if she saps that, that's absolutely fine with me. I've got some pretty... double sap? That seems ridiculous, but sure, I'll take a double sap. I'll eviscerate that one and kills the other one. Okay. We can keep our own dragon egg. That doesn't seem like an awful turn to me. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. If you're hearing some background noise, it's the rain outside. We've been having a lot of rain the past few days here, and it's really hammering on the roof here. So excuse me if that's bothering you, but I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do about that. Backstabs it. I still get a 2-1 out of the deal, so I think that's fine. That is absolutely acceptable. And one of the fun things about this deck is that nobody knows what you're doing. We haven't drawn a challenger yet, But I think it will still be good if we draw it next turn. Not sure whether we... Yeah, this redemption has been looking mightily awkward next turn, but if we can have a decent setup for it, then I don't feel too bad.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
Okay, so we're facing a bit, perhaps even a Reno rogue actually. I'm not sure what to expect. So what's the plan this turn? I don't know. It's actually a little awkward. Does not have. I think we're going aggressive, aren't we? Oh wait, we have 8 damage. We need. We don't have lethal, do we? Wait, we do in one more turn. If we attack phase twice here. I am not expecting a taunt, so I guess we could. That would probably be a decent idea.
Not in my house.
And then we can easily kill her next turn, so that's probably fine. I doubt she can clear all of this, but she can try. That's a backstab, alright. Well, not the target you want to backstab, but sure. Gets a random Paladin card. Might very well be a secret. Or perhaps equality. Oh my, oh my. If she has a preparation and a fan of knives, then she's actually in a half-decent spot.
Well played.
But such a thing wasn't meant to happen. Alright, well. Well, that was exciting. And we didn't even draw... Well, we drew one secret and no challengers, but a Dragon Egg showed up there. That one was entirely on Dragon Egg plus Argus. That was pretty sweet, actually. Alright. I'm excited to see how this turns out, because I had no idea what to expect first of all. Yeah, I guess with the amount of buffers we are running here, then the Dragon Eggs kind of make sense. They're not exactly the Rubian eggs, but hey, what is?
With holy fire.
How much do we want? I think we want a 1-drop pretty badly, especially against a class that cannot easily deal with it. So let's mulligan for it. I don't think those 3s are any. I don't think those 3s are any good. I'll play an egg first turn against the warrior, but we'll see how this turns out. We've kind of got a curve going with the hero powers. Nothing to be too excited about, but the hero powers will be kind of awkward to clear when the egg is on the board. So I guess that's something.
Ah, hello, challenger.
And of course, if you're playing Secret Paladin, you have to play Midrange actually. Oh, so we're up against an aggressive Paladin, an aggressive warrior here. Let's see what's the best course of action here. I think we just hang on to the Troll Silver for next turn. See how this turns out. Perhaps I should have played a Dragon Egg here. But then again, if he ghouls here, then the 2-1 will still kill. Yeah. He can ghoul afterwards. That's actually a little awkward. Yeah. Yeah, I should have played the second egg there. It's not awful, but it's a little disappointing, that's most of all. We could consecrate, but I don't really like the idea of that. Actually, we could keep her. How's that? No, I think we're grabbing the board next turn. And so let's just kill this. And we'll give him the free kill on the 1-1. That's probably okay. Well, we'll see what comes up. Yeah, so definitely should have played the Dragon Egg because of the threat of the ghoul. Yeah. Oh, he did have a dragon now, so he must have top decked one in between. That's actually reasonably likely. So let's think about this. Well, but no need to really overthink it here. I think we're pretty much always consecrating. And I guess we can put down a new egg in that case. let's see how this turns out. I think the mistake with the Argent Squire might have cost us a lot, because the Argent Squire basically died for free, and we could have had an additional 2-1 after the ghoul dropped. So yeah, that would have been much better, and we would have had a Squire instead of an egg now. But of course, my opponent might have made a different play in that case.
I have no time for games.
There's a Sylvanas, alright. Well, let's think about how we deal with that. We pretty much have to deal with it the honest way, don't we? Well, I guess we could hit it twice with the weapon, but we could also just swarm the board and see if we can deal with it that way. I don't hate it. We can swarm the board a little bit over the next few turns. Let's see if we can make this work. As long as we keep hero powering, I don't feel too bad about this. And then if we can pop the Sylvanas on our own turn, then it's not all bad. I guess if he slams Sylvanas and then smashes into the keeper, but it's still a 50-50, so he would need to ghoul beforehand, but that gives me a 2-1, so he's never going to steal the egg in its current form. Well, not guaranteed at the very least, so I'm reasonably okay with that. We might be able to just raise him, but actually then, oh well, that's okay. Well, I don't hate that. That allows me to make the trade and not even give him anything. I'm okay with that trade, yes.
To battle.
Our turn is going to be a little awkward. Yeah. We can develop the redemption with the Tyrion. I guess I would be okay with that. That means we can't hero power though. Is that too predictable? I guess it's kind of too predictable, isn't it? So this always happens, and I guess so we could redemption and Tyrion next turn. I guess that's our best plan. Sure. This makes it really predictable, because we didn't hero power, but getting the redemption on anything but Tyrion is such a waste, so I think I'm okay with this. We have the weapon to use next turn, and then Tyrion should be pretty good. I guess that's the reason why Tyrion is in this deck in the first place. It looks a little out of place. And I don't hate just hitting that. I was expecting more of an aggressive build, I'll admit. So let's kill this. Getting a little low, but this Tyrion should be pretty sweet. And he's really incentivized to not kill it this turn, so that's pretty sweet. That might mean we're playing a 3-3 next turn, for example, and then he kills that. But then he played around redemption, and we should have had our main reward from playing the redemption here. So that's probably fine. We could try and leverage it a little more, but I doubt it's going to be too effective. Let's think about this for a little bit. We could. I'm thinking we just smash face at this point. I don't hate it. He gets to kill Tyrion, but that's fine. He might as well just let him work for it, right? And I kind of want to smash face to prevent any shield slam plays. We're absolutely running into Brawl here, but if he brawls right away, then we get our Tyrion back, unless it survives. So that's still fine. So he really needs to execute before the brawl, and that makes things really... No, he can't. Yeah, that's a way to make it work. So if he now brawls, then we do lose the Tyrion, but that's okay. We made him lose a bash, so that's fine. Or he does not brawl, and that's still pretty good for us. Does get to kill that with the Elise, unfortunately. But we're still in a pretty decent position, I'd say. I don't hate it. Okay, well, he used a lot of cards here, so that's something, right? Oh, and we get a new one. Is that good? I guess it's good. I guess it's good. We're playing everything, right? He doesn't appear to have Brawl. I think he would have used it last turn. So what do we want to buff up here? I guess I don't hate. Well, I guess the choice has been made now, which is a little awkward.
Reporting for duty.
Or we just leave the Elise alone. Well, if we're going to hit the Divine Shield into it, then we don't really need to worry. He's not going to execute that anyway, so that's probably fine. Yeah. I'm not that worried about the Elise here. If the best he does is use it to clear the Divine Shield, then we basically dealt 2 damage to his face for free. That dragon thing really confused me though. That's not something you'd expect from a generic control warrior. Yeah, so if he executes the steward, then that's probably still okay. I'm not sure whether we can beat the Ysera here, unless we get a keeper or something. But we can try. Very least we can do is try. Make a few taunts.
Reporting for duty.
We could hit the Ysera twice, but that's not going to be a winning play, I feel. Let's just do it this way. Do we attack face? I don't know. I don't know whether that's a great idea. Does put a decent amount of pressure on him, and I guess if we top deck Leroy, we could be very close to lethal, so I guess that's fine. If he has Ysera Awakens, then I don't think we can win this game anyway, so it's no use playing around that, I think. That is a pretty good top deck. That's the Awakens, alright. Yeah, I think we're pretty much dead there. Well, unless we top deck Leroy, because that still means we win. That still means we win, so we have an out. It's... well, we don't have an out anymore.
Your win, friend. I
yeah, we're not going to beat that. That was really unexpected. That Alexstras's champion really threw me off guard there. So maybe I could have played it a little more careful, I don't know. Not drawing a challenger didn't help, of course, but I think we made pretty decent use of the redemption, that it's worth the card, at least, so we didn't lose any value there. This deck does not include any card draw, so it is very, very reliant on keeping its board control, leveraging its minions.
with holy fire.
And I can afford to keep the weapon, I think, but everything else has to go in favor of minions, I think. That is not a good secret to have to play, unless you can really flood the board, which I don't expect to be able to against the Warlock.
Hello, challenger.
But we'll see what we are able to do here. Yeah, that secret is not even going to be able to be worth... It's not even... No, it's not even worth playing here, I think. We're going to be in an awkward spot sooner rather than later, I feel, though. We could hold out one turn and consecrate next turn. How's that? Is that even an option? We're taking a lot of damage, but what will he have next turn? He'll be inclined to play some small stuff. I think we have to take a small risk here. That's okay. I think that's better than coining out the Rallying Blade, yes. I could very well be wrong, and if he plays a Councilman here, for example, then that's going to be a little awkward. But if I get to kill at least one more... that's not good. He would have traded anyway, so I guess that's fine. The double consecrate is good for us. But this is not a good start. I was kind of hoping to draw into an Argent Squire or a Dragon Egg, I guess. Even an Abusive Sergeant would have traded for the Flame Imp, so... Yeah, do we just consecrate again? I'm pretty sure we do. I am pretty sure we just do. I can't leave all of this around. Just let him fill the board again. If he does it again, then that's a little awkward, but at least we can... What can we do? Not too much, actually. I could, I guess... Hero power and weapon? It's still not great. The weapon only deals 3 here. So that's going to be a little awkward. Not being able to kill this is kind of bad. Any better options? Well, we kind of want a hero power and we kind of want a sword up, I guess. Do we use the sword immediately to hurt Bran? I guess we don't. I guess we do. Because if he Argus us up the Bran, then we can kill it with the blade next turn, and otherwise we may be unable to. So I guess that's still the right play. If he drops 2 1-drops and then Argus is in between, that's going to be a little awkward, but sure. I'll take whatever I can get here. That's an Argus. Okay, so we are still able to kill Bran here at least, so that's something. And we do have redemption plus. It's still not good for us. It's still not good. Let's see. We're always killing that, and then we're pretty much dead unless we make some pretty good trades here. Yeah, that's going to be something for next turn. Do I want to... I guess I kind of want to trade this one in, sure. Does that allow us to kill it next turn? Well, if it runs into the 2-1, which it won't, because he attacks with that one first. It's still... Oh, I shouldn't have been worried about the redemption, because whatever he attacks is going to run into... Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about that one. Yeah. It's still okay, though. Well, we're still dead, though, so, yeah. With a start that slow, I didn't see us winning this game anyway. Yeah, especially against a hand like that. If we could survive for just a little bit more, then we would have had a chance. I'm not sure how to mulligan with a deck like this, actually. I think we made the right play in keeping the weapon, but it just seemed a little ineffective right there. I'm sure better results will come with more experience. But for now, I'll count 2 as being a bad matchup. I don't think I'm preemptively making conclusions here.
Leandrin versus Garrosh.
Most warrior decks could be decent though, especially if we can make some decent use of our Dragon Eggs. Eldor, I don't think we keep Eldor. Eldor is more of a late game card, right? Something you use to keep board control. Having the Challenger in our opener is not bad, because that means we're actually able to play it on 6, but this start is really slow.
Hello, Challenger.
I do think this is a deck with a manual. Oh, and we are actually facing a more aggressive dragon deck now. That is not a good start for us. That is not a good start for us, but we'll see how we. Oh well, no, at least that's not very good for him either. So I guess that's something. Yeah, pretty sure we're Eldoring here. That allows us to kill it next turn at the very least. What kind of dragon would he have? It's not going to be a 3-mana dragon, and it's not a fairy dragon either. So he might have a technician here, for example, and then... well, we'll have to see. That's not a draw you want to see. But I guess if it kills the, if it hits this thing, then we're pretty happy still. Sure. This is not a 1 health minion. Oh, but it is rather good in combination with Noble Sacrifice, actually. So I think I like that interaction a lot. At any time you get to trade your 1 mana card for a 3 mana card, you're in a pretty good spot. He could have another charger here, but that doesn't suck it as much as it seems. That is actually pretty neat. We can trade both of our 3s into the dragon and then trade the 2/1 into the berserker. That's not the worst. Alternatively, we could Leroy into it. That seems pretty bad. I kind of like leveraging the kings here. So what would we use it on? Probably on the 3/2, because it's already damaged. That seems okay to me. Could also use it on the egg, but that seems kind of bad. Could use it on this thing. Oh, is that better? It's not even better, is it? No, it's not. So we're gonna do it this way. Trade that in. Trade this one in. And have an egg protecting from ghouls. That's not the worst. We have quite a decent board against an aggressive deck, so that's pretty sweet. And we've got the Mysterious Challenger coming up, which should be nice. And even getting the redemption on the 1/1 is not the worst. Can we get a Divine Shield? Well, we can get a Divine Shield if he... I guess if he whirlwinds something. What would he attack? That's a great question. What would he attack if I played the Challenger here? He would expect a Noble Sacrifice, actually, so that's still pretty good for us. I don't hate just playing it here and going face. It is the most effective use of our mana, certainly, so I guess I don't hate it. He will have to at least consider the Noble Sacrifice, although with only 2 secrets coming out, I'm not sure how much he's expecting it.
I wield the power.
Well, if he's killing that, that's okay with me. And then he's waiting for a whirlwind, isn't he? Oh, he's waiting for a whirlwind. Okay, but killing that is fine. Yeah, I was kind of expecting a whirlwind here. So this seems pretty good to me. Yeah, that did seem pretty good to me. And that's the thing with Secret Paladin here. People have no idea what they're playing around. He was really expecting a Noble Sacrifice then, I guess? I don't know. But it turned out to be pretty sweet after all. So I don't hate that. I'm not sure it was necessary to concede there, but we were in a pretty good spot. I'll admit. That did look pretty good. Pretty good for us, yeah.
Liadrin versus Thrall.
In a way, it's easier to play with, because you only have to count on 3 secrets, of which you have no duplicates. But for your opponents, it's kind of hellish, because, well, this is not a very well-known deck. I think it's still correct. Against a Shaman, would I want to save a Consecrate? I don't think so. Consecrate against Shamans is just not what you want it to be. Neither is this opener, by the way, but at least we can coin out a Rallying Blade and kill a Tunnel Trog next turn. So that should be reasonable still. Do I want to use the Noble Sacrifice here? I don't think so. That doesn't really help in dealing with that in any way, shape or form. So I'll keep it for later. That's a little greedy, of course, but yeah, it may just be what we have to do. I'm hoping we're not against an aggressive Shaman deck, because our start might be a little too slow in that case. At least we can Noble Sacrifice and Hero Power next turn if all else fails, or just Weapon up again, but that seems really bad. We'll see what he plays here. I don't hate killing the Flame Juggler, but I am kind of expecting an aggressive deck here, which does not bode too well for us. So this is almost the thing. That is always the thing that happens, right? Do we have any way to? I guess if we Dragon Egg and Noble Sacrifice, is that better than Hero Powering? It doesn't matter, does it? No, it doesn't matter. So we can Dragon Egg and Hero Power, because the Noble Sacrifice doesn't really help us do that much this turn. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So the Noble Sacrifice would deal 2 damage to the Totem Golem, but we don't have Consecration in hand. If I had a Consecration, I think I would have. Would have done that instead of the Dragon Egg, I think. That's a little awkward, though. That is a little awkward. Can we easily deal with that? That taunt makes things really awkward all of a sudden. Let me think here. We can. I was going to keep her my egg, and that's still a decent play, I think. But we are not able to deal with the Flametongue Totem this turn, which is a little worrisome. Not much we can do about that, though. We could weapon up, and no, we can't deal with the Flametongue this turn, and that's really awkward. So do we still deal with the Taunt Totem? I guess we do. It's kinda just what we have to do at this point. Feels a little bad using the Keeper here. So if he has a big, was he overloaded this turn? He was not. He was not overloaded this turn. So if he had a Faceless, he would have likely played that. How about a Noble Sacrifice? Noble Sacrifice and Sword. I don't hate it that much anymore. I think that's actually better. Sure. I think that's actually better right now. And let's attack into this thing to make it easier to kill it next turn. Not sure whether that's worth it, but the 1 face damage is unlikely to matter much. So at least that saved us some face damage here. But we should be really cautious about taking any more in the nearby future. Let's see what comes out here. Please don't taunt. Okay, that's not a taunt, that's good. That's gonna deal some... Oh, that's a big taunt. Oh, that's a really big taunt. That's really bad. That's really bad for us. As well as the healing totem, by the way. That is pretty bad for us. What would be the way to deal with that? I have to... I'm dead, am I not? I have to face check into this thing. And that means I'm dead to the rest of the board. I can't deal with that in any other proper way. I can make that smaller, but that's not going to improve things. Well, I'm taking 2 less damage, but I still don't have a way to deal with the Totem Golem in that case. No, I think we lost this one. Wow, that's a rough curve. And the swords didn't really do much to help that. They felt a little awkward even. Not sure what's the big what was the big thing that did us in there. I guess I'm really missing a decent 2-drop in this deck. Is there nothing worth dropping on 2 that's worth playing here? I can see how this deck does decently against mid-range decks, but against aggressive decks, you're just lacking in early plays. So especially when you're going first, like I am now, that seems... Well, I'm actually keeping the Sergeant. Because it's pretty good with the Argent Squire if our opponent... Well, if our opponent plays a huge Toad, I was going to say, but that still feels bad. I guess it's the best we have, though, so... I guess that's just the way it is. If this is a mid-range hunter, what would I hope for my opponent to do here? Well, to not kill the Divine Shield, that's a start. I think the Abusive Sergeant is too important to trade in here. And a Rallying Blade next turn could be pretty sweet in most occasions. I'll trade in the Divine Shield, no problem. And I'm really glad that he did not get an extra card right there. I'm really glad about that. We could trade in the Abusive Sergeant, maybe Hero Power Dragon Egg, trade in both. But I think this is some decent value, which I'll just cash in. I do have another weapon. Are we just going aggressive here? We may very well. I think we're going aggressive, because that True Silver Champion, I'm going to need a lot of charges here. So I don't hate just going face right now. Especially if he's going to clear our minions, then I'm pretty happy with just going face here. Do we keeper one of our minions? I think we do. The alternative would be to Hero Power Egg Abusive. Not the biggest fan of that approach. I don't think keeper here is unreasonable.
The battle.
Let's turn on the aggression here. We have a lot of weapons, and we need to use those charges, or they will be empty cards in our hand. I don't like when that happens. He can take out the 3/3 here, that's fine. He can probably find a way to take care of the 3/4 here, and that's also fine with me. We've got 8, we've got 14 damage. So yeah, if he attacks the 3/3 here, then all we need to do is attack face 4 more times. That shouldn't be too hard, right? Well, I guess I'll... Oh, well, that's unexpected. Alright. I guess we're actually killing a minion here. Which minion do we kill, though? Does that really matter? I guess we could Eldor and take a little less damage on our minion, or just Eldor and... Oh, wait, we can't Eldor if we weapon. I guess we're trading in that case. Are we? Are we trading? I don't know. I actually kind of like just going face here. Sure. Wait, did I? Oh, I was kind of concerned about already having attacked, but that's not something to worry here. Mad Bomber and Dread. What's that card called again? Dread Corsair. Mad Bomber and Dread Corsair. That's interesting. That is very interesting, friend. I did not see that coming, I'll admit. Dread Scale, too. Well, how about that? Well, how about you're dead? How about that? I'm pretty satisfied with going face with the weapon a few times. That did just give us the game, and if we still had a weapon around, we might run out of cards soon enough that he might be able to eke out a win there. Because I certainly saw a couple of cards that I wouldn't have seen coming. That's for sure. That was an interesting deck. I have no idea what I was playing against there. I have literally no idea. But let's give it one more game and see how we deal with this shaman here. We did actually get a mysterious challenger off, right? Okay, then that's mission succeeded as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, still reasonably satisfied with keeping Rallying Blade in the opener hand. I do think that's correct most of the times.
Hello, challenger. The light protects.
And I like seeing that, and I like seeing the Steward plus Noble Sacrifice combo. If he doesn't play anything here, oh well, that's just a pipe dream, I guess. But I'm fine with going hero power here in that case. I guess I could have actually Noble Sacrificed here, but I'm reasonably certain I'm just going to Rallying Blade next turn anyway, so not incredibly worried. If he didn't play anything, I probably would have played Steward of Darkshire. well, Noble Sacrifice and then played Steward of Darkshire next turn. Because getting that combo off is actually pretty nice. I don't hate that at all. I guess we can still do that next turn, can't we? That's not good. I think we may want to deal with that totem. Yes, that would serve us well. Well, and actually we get to make a pretty sweet trade. So don't mind that too much. Which of these am I more scared of? He will have to overload at the very least. I am a little worried here, but sure. Let's make this trade. Just for the case where he does not have an overload. Because that's a pretty good situation for us. I was kind of expecting this to come out, indeed. And that also makes the Noble Sacrifice play a little less appealing, I'll admit. How about... Well, it's still reasonably effective, but not really what we're looking for right now. If he makes a mistake, that's pretty good for us, though. I don't see that happening. We could also... I think King's is overall just going to be better. That brings the minion up to 6. That means if he doesn't overload, which he's not very likely to be able to, actually. He only has 2 mana next turn, so it would have to be exactly Totem Golem would be bad for us. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. Let's go this way. And only Totem Golem really punishes this. Because next turn we can still do the Steward thing, or...
The light protects me.
That's kind of sucky. Because the Noble Sacrifice is not going to be all that great right now. But we do get the True Silver, down one of the Tunnel Trucks, kill the other one. That's still pretty sweet. And we can still Noble Sacrifice too. That doesn't seem... I kind of hate that. We can make an Argent Squire with the Steward. How is that? I would really prefer to kill that though. If we Steward and Noble Sacrifice and kill this, how's that? Well, he's unlikely to kill all of it. I don't know about that though. I don't know about that. I think I prefer just getting the True Silver out. Making a couple trades. The Noble Sacrifice is not worth much, and if he does have a Flame Tongue Totem, I guess this is a decent trade for him. But other than that, I don't feel too terrible about this. We can Keeper and Hero Power next turn, that's not awful. What am I scared of here? Well, that is something to be scared of, I guess. But he's taking it to the face, so that's something. That is something. That is also something to be worried about, though. What secrets do we still have? We have, not that much. Not all that much. Would he kill this, though? He would probably hex it, first of all. Any better plays in that case? We can Steward and make an Argent Squire, which is not altogether awful. Noble Sacrifice is not going to do a whole lot as long as he has that weapon, so I'm not too concerned about losing that. And I guess getting that out on the board is kind of valuable in its own way. I guess I'll just Noble Sacrifice too, just because it spends the mana. I don't like using Challenger here. It seems weak. How about Keeper plus Hero Power? Is that better? No, I think this is actually kind of valuable. Do I kill the 1/1? No, I don't kill the 1/1. I'll keep the weapon for now, though. I'll probably... well, I have to make sure to use it before Tyrion hits, but that's fine. And most situations leave us with at least some kind of board, which allows us to play Challenger next turn. So that's kind of nice. Most situations are pretty good for us, I'd say. Yeah. It's not the worst. So we get a Divine Shield, we eat a lot of his time, and that's kind of important. So he does get to kill that, but it costs him some time. He's overloaded, so he can't really do that much.
The light protects me.
So oh, please stop with that bullshit. I'm sorry, but that makes me kind of mad right now. At least we can kill it, right? We can kill it with this, and then truce over that one down, and then I guess we Challenger and Dragon Egg. That seems pretty sweet still. That seems pretty sweet still. So I'm not incredibly worried, but he might start dropping some bigger stuff next turn. He'll have to consider another Noble Sacrifice though, because although I'm getting only 2 secrets here, there might very well be another one on the table right now, so he'll at least have to consider it. And this likely leaves me with at least some minions on the field. Is there a Hex coming up? Or is his deck more aggressive than that? That is a Hex coming up, isn't it? Well, perhaps a Lightning Bolt or something. No, that's not a Lightning Bolt. That is a Hex, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, is that a Lightning Storm? Oh, that's kind of bad. Alright. Lightning Storm would be kind of bad. Yes, so if that's a Lightning Storm, that's really bad for me right now. Okay, it's not a Lightning Storm, that's good. That's good. And he is clearing most of the minions, but he did use a Hex on that, so he may not have another. And that is still pretty good for us, I'd say. Ooh, there's a consideration. Okay, consider it. It's not gonna happen. Pretty sure this is going to be the play, right? And what do we eliminate in that case? I'm pretty sure we leave the 2-3 around, right? Yeah, I don't hate leaving the 2-3 around. Killing the other stuff. We could also just go aggressive, but yeah, I kind of like clearing the board here. If he had a Lightning Storm, he would have done it last turn, and clearing his minions allows Tyrion to do the most work.
There is a lot at stake.
Okay, that's not exactly what you're looking for in this situation, but at least it forces me to clear the board, I guess. So that's something. I do have the ability to decently do that.
Don't test me, child.
This is always happening, right? I only had 11 damage. Could I have killed him? No, I'm pretty sure I couldn't. He's getting a lot of cards here. It's kind of awkward, but sure. Do we want to keep her here? Pretty much we don't. Now we'll keep these cards around in case he has something pretty good. And we made some use out of Tyrion, so that's always good. If the very least Tyrion does is clear out a totemic and then dealing 6 damage to face and giving me a 5-3 weapon. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good card. Okay, I think we won. Yeah, we did. Alright, well, that didn't turn out to be as bad as I initially thought it would be. I'm thinking whether there's room to put some 2-drops in, because the curve feels a little awkward. But at least the results are there, and then the deck is really something different. Alright, hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any suggestions on what deck to play next, please leave a comment below. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.